Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about the weighing balance or it is called weighing scale in pharmaceutical industry. So in this video we will understand about what is weighing balance and its importance. Also the types of weighing balances and general procedure to weighing for solid and liquid samples. So friends, my channel name is Pharma Quality. Please view, like, comment and subscribe my channel. Also please share the video so that it can be reach out to the relevant person. So let's begin. So first we will discuss about what is weighing balance and its importance in pharmaceutical industry, right? So the definition is a weighing balance is a precision instrument used to measure the mass or weight of an object with high accuracy and reliability. So this is the instrument which shall be used to take the weight of object. For example, in pharma QC lab, if you are supposed to take the weight of any standard or sample, then you can put the required amount of standard or sample at the pan of balance, and balance will read and display the weight, and then you can take the print of the weight for your documentation purpose, right? So next is weighing balances are essential tools in industries such as pharmaceutical, laboratories and manufacturing, where precise measurements are critical for ensuring product quality, compliance and consistency. So in the regulated industry, having the right balance and following the good weighing practices is very important so that you can assure that your weighing balance is working correctly and the weight taken are accurate, and finally you meet the required results, right? For example, if your testing procedure, it's mentioned that you need to take that 50 mg of weight, and anyhow it's not accurate, maybe due to the balance precision issue, or you have not followed the correct weighing practices, then your final results may be fail, right? So now we will discuss about the working principle of weighing balance. So the principle of a weighing balance is based on comparing the force of gravity acting on an object, that is its weight, with a known reference. That means when you will put some material on the pan of balance, then there will be some gravitational force observed by the balance, right? And by the calculation of this force with respect to your material, the actual weight will be calculated, right? So here, the simple breakdown of the principle, that how it works. So we'll discuss it. So first is gravity pulls on the object. So every object has mass and gravity pulls it towards the earth. This force is what we call that is weight, right? Next, balance measures the force. So the balance uses the sensors like a load cell or an electromagnetic force compensation system, right, to detect how much force is needed to balance or oppose the weight of the object, right? Next is converts force to a reading. So the balance converts this force into a number that you see on the display. Usually it will be in grams or kilograms, right? So let's discuss with an example. Suppose when you put some material, for example 50 mg over the pan, then balance observe the gravitational force, right? And there will be some sensors installed in the balance. So this sensor will sense the 50 mg of weight and equilibrate this force, and further calculation of this force with respect to your material will be done, and balance give the output in terms of microgram or milligram or kilogram, etc. Then that you can see from the display, right? Here we will discuss about the least count, right? So the least count is the minimum value that can be measured by the balance is called least count. That means it is the minimum value detected by the balance. So let's understand with an example. So if the balance has the 10-gram least count, then it will show weight only in steps of 10 gram, right? It depends on balance to balance that how many steps are designed in a balance by the manufacturer. So let's understand with the example, that is, if weight of an object is measured by the balance as 1011 gram or 1012 gram or 1013 gram or 1014 gram and so on till 1019 gram. So what will happen? The balance will show either the weight as 1010 gram or 1020 gram, since the balance is having the 10 gram of steps, right? So this is the depends upon the designing of the balance by the manufacturers. So that means it will not show the 1011 or 1012 or so on. It will always show the reading in 10 steps only, right? Like 1010 gram or 1020 gram. So now here we will discuss about the some common weighing balances which are used in the pharmaceutical industry. So first is analytical balance. So this balance is used for precise measurements of small quantities, right? And the readability range for this balance shall be between zero point 0.1 mg or zero point 0.01 mg. Basically, it's depend on the design and intended use of the balance, right? This analytical balance is commonly used in the laboratories for tasks like weighing of samples or standards for analysis during the sample analysis. So this is the balance generally used in the laboratory for sample weighing in analysis purpose, right? There are few examples of Medler-Teredo balance, that is XS205DU model, XPR205DR model, XPR225DR model, and these are normally the operating range for such balances are 20 mg to 200 grams. Now the second is micro balance. So this balance is used to measure the extremely small masses, right? The readability range for this balance shall be between 1 microgram or zero point 0.1 microgram. It's again depending on their design and intended use. This microbalance is used in high precision pharmaceutical research and development or laboratory where microgram quantities need to be measured, right? So this is the balance generally used in the laboratory or research and development for sample weighing in analysis purpose where extremely small amount required. There are few examples of Medler-Toledo balance, that is XPR2U model, XPR3 model, and normally the operating range of such balances are 2 mg to 5 gram. So now third is top pan balance. So this balance is less sensitive than analytical balance, and the readability range for this balance shall be between zero point 0.1 gram to 1 gram depending on their design and intended use, right? Such balances is used in less critical measurements where high precision is not necessary, such as during the sample preparation for general lab work or production task, right? So there are few examples of Medler-Toledo balance, that is balance XPR303S model or balance XPR303SN model. And normally the operating range for such balances are 1 gram to 500 gram. So now the fourth one is floor balance. So this balance is used for weighing of large or heavy items with a high capacity. And the readability range for this balance shall be between zero point 0.1 kilogram to 1 kilogram. Again, it's depend upon their design and intended use. Such balances are commonly used in warehouse or production areas to weigh the bulk raw materials or large quantities of products, right? There are few examples of Medler-Toledo balance, that is PFA 589 models, and normally the operating range of such floor balances are 50 kilogram to 300 kilogram or 300 kilogram to 1000 kilograms. Again, it depends upon the model and requirement. So here in this slide, we will discuss about the general procedure which is must be followed before the weighing process, right? So weighing balance should be installed in anti-vibration platform in controlled temperature and humidity. So wherever you have identified that your balance need to be installed, that should be vibration free so that there will not be any fluctuation during the weighing process, and that area should be controlled with temperature and humidity, since the temperature and humidity will have the impact on your weighing capacity. Next is ensure the balance is calibrated before use. So prior to taking any weight, ensure that your balance is calibrated, either maybe daily calibration or it's monthly calibration or any schedule routine calibration. Next, wear the appropriate personal protective equipments like gloves, goggles, lab coat, etc. Next, ensure the sample or standard is at room temperature. So, for example, if you have kept your sample or standard in refrigerator or anywhere where the temperature is higher than the room temperature or lower than the room temperature, then you should kept your sample at the room temperature. Then you must proceed for the weighing activities. Next, avoid drafts or vibration near the balance. So any kind of vibration should be avoided, right? Next, ensure the balance is properly initiated and printer connectivity is okay. Next, ensure the air bubbles is in the center. So prior to start the weighing process, there will be the two, in weighing balances, there are two air bubbles which should be adjusted in the center so that your balance will be at the center position and there will not be any fluctuation. Next, weigh the object within the weighing capacity of balance. Right. So if your balance weighing capacity is 20 mg to 200 gram, then you need to weight your samples or standard within that capacity or operating range, you can say. Next, always use butter paper or weighing board. So it should not be like you did you have directly put it your sample or standard over the pan of the balance. Next, ensure the side door is properly closed in case of analytical or micro balance. So if there will be the inappropriate closure of the side door, there may be the possibility of fluctuation due to the air flow, right? Next, before taking the weight, readings should be stable. So once you put it your sample or standard, and then you need to wait for few moments to stabilize the reading. Then you can take your reading. So now here we will discuss about the weighing practices, that is how to weigh the solid materials, right? So first turn on the balance and allow it to stabilize. Then place a clean dry container, that is weighing dish, that is called weighing board or butter paper on the balance. Then tear the balance to zero with the container or butter paper so that it will nullify your the container or butter paper weight. Then transfer the solid sample or standards carefully into the container using spatula. Ensure the solid is evenly spread in the container to avoid tipping, right? Record the weight displayed on the balance, or you can click on the print option to take the reading of the balance. Then carefully remove the container with the weight material and close the balance to prevent the dust contamination, right? So in this way you can weight your solid material. So now here we will discuss about the weighing process for the liquid material, right? So first turn on the balance and allow it to stabilize. Then place a clean dry container on the balance, that may be your beaker or volumetric flask. Then tear the balance to the zero with the container, that is it will nullify your weight of object, that means your container, right? Then pipette the liquid samples or standard into the container without any spilling. Then ensure the liquid level is stable and no drops are left on the pipette tip. Then record the weight displayed on the balance or print the reading so that you can able to take the printout of that reading. Then carefully remove the container with the liquid and finally clean the balance and surrounding area if any spills occurred, right? So friends, this is all about the weighing balances which are used in the pharmaceutical industry. Thank you.